Here's a small experiment. Open your to-do list right now, wherever it lives, a notebook, a note set, a wall of sticky notes, and look at it honestly. If you are like most owners I speak to, it is not really a plan. It is a dump. Everything sits in one flat pile. The invoice chased next to the big idea that could grow the business, and every single item wears the same red flashing light that says urgent. So what happens? You react. You do the thing that shouts loudest, or whatever the last customer emailed about, and you finish the day exhausted, busy for 10 hours without once touching the work that moves you forward. Today, I want to show you a calmer way to run your week. Not a fancy productivity system you will abandon by first day, but using an AI assistant to take that messy pile, help you triage it, and lay out a realistic week. One note before we start. The AI proposes an order. It does not know your business the way you do, so you stay the one who decides what is truly important. It sorts. You judge. The everything is urgent list. Let us name where most owners are stuck and call it level 0. Your problem is not that you have no list. It is that the list is a flat pile with no shape. Look at what sits on a typical one. A supplier to chase, payroll to run, an email from an unhappy customer, a new product idea, a leaky tap at the shop, a tax deadline. They are all just lines, one after another, and because they share a page, they feel like they share a priority. Everything looks equally urgent, so nothing is. Without a way to tell the 5-minute nuisance from the thing that quietly decides whether you have a business next year, you default to whatever is loudest or nearest. You spend your best hours firefighting small stuff. The important work slides to next week every week, and you mistake being busy for making progress. That is level 0, a real list with no priorities. Before we open any tool, get clear on what a well-planned week looks like, because an assistant is only as good as the target you hand it. A good plan has 4 qualities. First, it is grouped. Related tasks sit together, so all your finance jobs happen in one focused block instead of scattered across the day. Second, it is ranked. Every task weighed by 2 things, how much it matters and how soon it is due, so the important and urgent rises and the trivial sinks. Third, it is sorted by who, clear on what only you can do versus what you could hand off or simply drop. And fourth, it is realistic. It fits the hours you genuinely have, not a fantasy 60-hour week. Grouped, ranked, sorted by who, and realistic. Name that out loud, and you can tell an assistant exactly what to build. Get it all out of your head. Here is the first move, and it is the one everyone skips. Before an AI can help, everything has to be in one place it can see. So do a brain dump. Set a timer for 10 minutes, and empty your head into a single document, inside a tool you trust. Every task, every nagging half-thought. The big projects and the tiny errands. Do not organize as you go. Do not judge whether something belongs, just get it out. The reason this matters is simple. The tasks rattling around in your head at 2 in the morning feel heavier than the ones written down, because your brain keeps reminding you of them. Once they are all on the page, side by side, they stop being a vague cloud of pressure and become a finite list you can work with. You cannot triage what you cannot see, and most owners have never seen the whole pile in one view. Ultimate, brief the eye to triage. Now the shift that makes this work. You do not paste the list in and say sort this out, because a vague request gives you a generic plan that ignores your real life. Instead, you brief it the way you would brief a capable assistant who is smart but does not know your world yet. You give it the list, and then you give it your constraints, the true ones. It sounds like this. Here is everything on my plate this week. I have about 20 hours of real working time, not 40, because I am on the shop floor the rest. Tuesday morning and Friday afternoon are already booked. My energy is best in the mornings, so put the hard thinking there. Group related tasks, rank them by impact and urgency. Tell me what only I can do versus what I can delegate or drop, and lay out a realistic week. The constraints are the whole secret. Without them, you get a plan for someone else's life. Let me give you the specific jobs to ask for every time, because together they turn a raw dump into a week you could actually run. 1. Group the related tasks so scattered errands become a single block and you stop switching context all day. 2. Rank by impact and urgency together, separating the important and due from the merely noisy. 3. Flag what only you can do, and just as important, what you could delegate or drop, because the fastest way to a lighter week is a shorter list. 4. Lay the week across your real hours, leaving slack for the fires that will inevitably start. And 5. As the sharpest question of all, What is the one thing that, if I did it this week, would matter most? Group, rank, delegate or drop, schedule, and the one thing. Ask for those 5, and you get back a plan with a spine instead of a list with none. One Monday start to finish. Let me make it concrete with a made-up example. Picture an owner we will call Marcus, who runs a small design studio. His Monday used to start by opening a list of 30-odd items and picking whatever felt loudest, usually email, and by 6 he had answered everyone and built nothing. This Monday he brain dumps the 30 items, tells the AI he has 18 real hours, a client call on Wednesday, and sharper mornings. The plan comes back grouped, a single admin block, a single client block, 2 protected mornings for the proposal that could win his biggest job of the quarter. It flags that chasing a small invoice can go to his part-timer, and that reorganizing the supply cupboard can simply wait. And the one thing? Finish the proposal. Marcus reads it, disagrees on one point, moves a task the AI could not know was time-sensitive, and starts the week knowing exactly what matters. That is level 1 dependency, reacting versus deciding. Now let me name the real difference this makes, because it is not about doing more. It is about spending your limited hours on the right things. Level 0 is reacting. Your day is set by whatever shouts loudest, the newest email, the nearest task, the last customer to call, so your best hours go to small fires, while the work that actually grows the business keeps sliding to a next week that never comes. Level 1 is deciding. The same pile is grouped, ranked by impact and urgency, split into keep, delegate or drop, and laid across the real hours you have, with the single most important thing named out loud. Your job shrinks from wrestling a shapeless list all week to reviewing a clear plan on Monday and adjusting it. You're still fully in charge. The AI schedules nothing, contacts no one, and moves nothing on its own. It just hands the pile a shape. Your judgment stays in charge. This next part is not optional, so I want to be direct. The AI proposes an order, but it does not run your business, you do. It is guessing at importance from the words you gave it, and it cannot know that the small invoice is from a client about to sign a much bigger deal. So treat its plan as a strong first draft, never the final word. Read down the ranking and sanity check the top few. Does the most important thing it chose actually match what you know matters? Move anything it misweighed, because the context lives in your head, not its own. Push back when a day looks too full. Ask it plainly, this looks like 10 hours in an 8-hour day. What comes out? The AI is good at giving a messy pile a first shape fast. You hold the judgment about what is genuinely important. If you want to try this, here is the low effort way in, and it is smaller than it sounds. Do not redesign your whole system. Just once, this Sunday or Monday morning, do the 10-minute brain dump into a tool you trust. Paste it to an AI assistant with your 3 real constraints, your actual hours, your fixed commitments, and when your energy is best, and ask for a grouped, ranked, realistic week plus the one thing that matters most. Then read it with your own judgment, fix what it got wrong, and run your week off it. That is the whole experiment. 1 week, plan the new way, with you making the final call. You will feel almost immediately how different it is to start a Monday knowing what matters, instead of just reacting, the honest watchouts. And because I promised no hype, here are the honest watchouts, and please take them seriously. First, do not outsource the thinking. The value is not the AI deciding your priorities for you. It is the AI giving you a fast first draft so your own judgment has something to react to. Follow its plan blindly, and you have just swapped your gut for a stranger's guess. Second, a plan is a snapshot, not a contract. The week will change, so revisit and retriage when it does, rather than clinging to Monday's version on Thursday. Third, be honest in what you feed it. Tell it you have 40 free hours when you have 20, and it will hand you a plan that guarantees you fail. And keep any sensitive details inside tools you trust. Use it to group, to rank, and to draft a realistic shape. Keep the deciding and the honesty with yourself in your own hands. Quick recap. Let me pull it together. Level 0 is a to-do list that is really just a flat dump, where everything feels equally urgent, so you react all day and the important work never gets its turn. Level 1 is emptying that pile into one trusted tool and briefing an AI assistant with your real hours, fixed commitments, and energy to group related tasks. Rank them by impact and urgency, flag what only you can do versus what to delegate or drop, and lay out a realistic week ending with the single most important thing. The 5 asks are group, rank, delegate or drop, schedule, and the one thing. You sanity check its ranking, push back on any overloaded day, and re-triage as the week changes. What you get is a Monday you begin by deciding instead of reacting, and your best hours spent on the work that moves the business forward. Isn't it? If your to-do list is a chaotic pile where everything feels urgent and you spend your days reacting instead of building, this is the workflow that turns it into a week with a spine, and we made a free, step-by-step course that walks you from level 0 to level 1 in plain language, no jargon and no technical background needed. It shows you how to get an AI assistant onto your own computer, working with your own files, so you can try this on one real week of your own tasks instead of taking my word for it. Head to afirstasia.com/level1 and take the free course. Do it once, plan a single week the new way, and feel how different it is to start Monday knowing what matters most. And if you want more of this, practical AI workflows built for SME owners, honest and no hype, then subscribe. Level 1 is right there. Go take the step.